Hello everyone, UK Goosebumps here, back with another video. I've got the mask on today for this review. I don't know why, I just felt like it, I guess. It's weird seeing out the mask again because I can only see out one eye. So, pretty weird. But today's review, and you're lucky today, you're getting 2 videos, maybe even 3. You might be getting 3 videos today. Today's review is going to be of number 45 in the original series. Well, the UK original series is number 45. It's going to be Ghost Camp. So sorry if I miss out a few things in this review. It's going to be a spoiler review. I am going to spoil the ending. So if you anywhere up to the halfway point in this video, that's where you can stop watching. I will tell you when it's going to start getting to spoilers. So yeah, sorry if I can't remember too much. Right, my memory's a little rusty on this. Yeah. So first thing about this book. I put this in my Mount Rushmore. Definitely one of my favourite books in the original series. So let's get straight into it with the review. So this book starts off with Harry. That's me, that's my name. My name's actually Harry, so that's pretty cool. And his brother Alex. And they are on a trip to camp. So Alex is also really well known for singing, and that can come into part of the book later. But he's quite annoyed that they didn't send him to singing camp. But Harry's pretty excited for this. So they arrive at the camp and everyone gets off, and they see a man when they're at camp, and his name's Uncle Marv, and he's the owner of the camp. He's the head, the leader, whatever you want to call it, the director, I guess. And they notice that the camp's quite empty. So yeah, basically they just go around their day. They meet a few new campers in the end. Everything seems normal, like a normal camp. Later at night, they start telling ghost stories at the campfire. Sorry if you can hear that background noise, it's just my dishwasher's on, so it might be a bit noisy. And they tell scary stories. The story is about a monster, and the monster lives in the woods, and they eat campers when they go and camp in the woods. And they also tell another story of a fog that descended on the camp from years and years ago, back in the 1970s, I think they said, when the camp was first made. And they said that that turned all the campers into ghosts. So that's the scary story they were told. And suddenly fog starts descending into the camp. But it turns out it was nothing, and they all just go to sleep, and he wakes up. And then a few weird stuff starts happening around the camp. Harry notices that kids are getting their hands stabbed with forks, and it just goes straight through them. We're getting onto the spoilers now. He's noticed footballs are hitting kids in the head, and their heads are falling off. He noticed when they're putting up tents, that a tent, one of the tent prongs goes through one of the kids' feet. He doesn't react. One of the kids reaches into the campfire to grab a hot dog that fell in, and he doesn't get burnt. Weird stuff like this, and his campmates, I think one of them Elvis, one of them is Joey, I'm not sure what the other ones are called. And he noticed they're pretty weird, the way they act. And he meets this girl, and this girl is called Lucy. And she seems pretty normal, unlike everyone else. There's not really any weird stuff going on with her. And so Harry builds up trust with Lucy and everything. So after all this weird stuff has happened, they go into the forest for their first hike. And basically what happens on this hike is that Lucy actually pulls Harry aside and admits that everyone in the camp is ghosts and that it is real. And Harry's pretty shocked by this, he doesn't believe it. And then Lucy begins to try and take over Harry's mind. So they said their plan is that they need a new host, a new body to leave this camp, because they've been stuck in the camp for so many years. But they need another body to inhabit before they can actually leave. So she tries to take over his mind and says it was not painful, it won't last too long and everything. But Harry managed to break free of this and managed to run away back into camp. He tells his brother Alex, and Alex says he already knew. Elvis told him, and he tried to take over his mind as well. So Harry and Alex decide to try and run away. So they run into the forest, deep into the forest. And suddenly the monster comes up from the forest floor. They can see the face, they can see the mouth, that it tries to engulf them. And a group of counsellors and a group of kids surround them in this forest. and they begin saying that they need their host, and they start arguing over who gets to have one of them to go back into the normal world. While they're doing this, Harry and Alex begin chanting for this monster, saying it's not real, because they think that if they think the monster isn't real, because it's only a camp story, then it'll go away. And this actually works, and all of the ghosts around them also disappear. They believe that the ghosts are not real, they believe that the camps, they believe everything's not real, they chant this, and everything disappears. And as they're walking back through these woods, they go back home, Harry and his brother Alex, and Alex starts humming and singing and everything. And Harry's wondering, oh, why is he so off-tune? He's such a good singer. And then he realises Alex is actually one of the kids, Elvis, because he's known for being really bad at singing. And Alex, who's actually Elvis, says, please don't tell anyone, I promise I'll return his body after we get to the city. And that's how the book ends. Really enjoyed this book. Main reasons are, it's just a really good ghost story. There's not really any twists to it. There's not too many twists to it. It's just a nice, good ghost story. Especially one of the more solid ghost stories for the original series. I'm not sure if there are any ghost stories before this, like proper good ghost stories. I know there was Ghost Beach. I'm not too big of a fan of that, but that'll be for another video. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. The atmosphere is great. The camp atmosphere, the camp stories, the type of legend that goes into it. It's predictable in a good way. As in, you want to know what's gonna you know what's gonna happen, but you like that you know that because you want it to happen. So yeah, I really like this, and all the stuff. There's some violent bits with like the kids when they get stabbed and stuff like that, and their heads falling off. You know, it's just like funny, but also kind of serious at the same time. It's great, and the whole thing with taking over the mind thing, hosting a new body, it's not just a random thing, it's like a thing that actually has meaning, so they can explain it. I really like that. There doesn't always need to be an explanation, but in this it worked well with the actual story of how long they've been there. And the whole, the ending definitely rounded it off. It was definitely an ending I was not expecting. I really liked how you weren't expecting Alex to, like, he wasn't really mentioned throughout the book too much, and with an ending that affected him a lot, you weren't expecting him to be affected as much, and that really surprised me, so I really liked this. So overall, I would rate this book a solid, I'd give it a 5 out of 5. First book I've ever rated, I think they've given a 5 out of 5 on this channel. So that is Ghost Camp number 45, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed.